Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how I plan for my fall garden. First, what I do is take a look at my seeds. I check and see what I'm short on, what I don't have that I need to go ahead and put an order in for, and I'll make a list of everything that I want to grow. Back up just a little bit. If you don't have any seeds on hand right now and you're literally starting from the ground up, what you first need to do is see when your first frost date is. Ours here in Florida, in Jacksonville, Florida, it's a zone 9. Our first frost date is December 10th. That date is going to tell you when you're able to start seeds indoors or outdoors and when you're going to be able to transplant your plants outside so they don't get damaged by the cold weather. Next, what you're going to want to do is make a list of what you want to grow. What is your family going to eat? What do you want to grow? Do you want to grow enough of it to where it's going to keep you throughout the whole season, or are you looking to store it? So what I've done is made a list, and I know it's not, you can't really see it here on the video, but I've made a list of all the varieties of plants that I'm going to be growing are going to be on the far left-hand side. Next, what I do is I write, is it going to be a start? Am I going to purchase the start from the nursery, or am I going to start it from seed myself? And I do start things from seed, and I start a lot of things already started from the nursery. Next column is going to be your date, and I just make a rough estimate as I'm either going to start it in late September, early September, late August, early August. I don't give myself an actual date that I'm writing down on here because I know I'm going to let myself down. So I just don't do that. For myself personally, I have a little key that I've written up here so I don't forget. So if I have an O next to things, that's telling me that I had ordered that specific seed and I'm waiting for it to come in. Once it comes in, I'm going to come through and just check it off so I know that I've gotten it. I also have an OG, which is not original gangster. It's organic. So that's just telling me I purchased an organic seed. And then I just have little asterisks that I've made that's telling me this is the variety and then the plant that I'm actually planting. So, and then I also write on the very, very far left, on the other side of the plant column, I'll write down the quantity of how many varieties I expect myself to plant. So once you find out your first frost date, you're then going to make your list, and then you're going to check and see if you have the seed. Pretty much everything you can start from seed inside. There is a handful of things that it's easier to start outdoors, like for example, I think melons need to be started outside. I prefer to direct sow them because I have found that their roots are a little sensitive and they don't bounce back as quick as tomatoes do if I were to just uproot a tomato plant and move it somewhere else to transplant it. Fruit veggies like carrots, beets, and radishes need to be direct sown. I have seen people who say you can start inside and transplant them. From my experience, I've noticed that the root either ends up growing very awkwardly or it doesn't do well at all and just dies. So once I have taken into account of what I need to purchase, if I need to purchase anything else, I'll go ahead and make my order. I order my seeds and I'll put these links below. I'm not affiliated with them by any means. These are just what I like. One, I'll buy seeds from the grocery store at Sprouts because they sell Botanical Interest. I love that brand, so I will purchase those. I've seen them too at our local nursery, so I've purchased them there before. So Botanical Interest is one of my favorite brands. Second is Johnny Seed. Johnny Seed is an awesome company. Their seeds are a little bit pricey, but their germination rates are very high. This is what their seed packets look like. I like Johnny Seed. Another one I actually like too is Burpee. I will order a bulk order online with them as well for different things that I need to get. I have purchased seeds from the Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. I have not used these yet. This is an okra, which I actually don't know if I planted out there or not yet, which I think I need to. I need to get that one outside in the ground. There is a wide selection of seed companies that you could purchase from. These are just a small little handful of where I get mine. So once I figure out what I need to order, I'll go ahead and put that order in because the time's coming to where I need to go ahead and get these plants started. Then what I'll do is go to this little cheat sheet. I purchased this online. This was recommended by another gardener that I watch on YouTube, and she uses this, and I had purchased it and found it very, very helpful. So this is Clyde's Garden Planner. You can purchase it online at Clyde's Vegetable Planting Chart.com, and I'll put the link for that in the description below. But this side has fall, and this is your spring. And what you want to do is you want to line up this red line right here with your, so let's do it the fall side, with your first frost date, and ours is December 10th. So I put it in between the 6 and the 3, and this, you're able, I put a clip here to hold it, but you're able to slide this around. And then you're just gonna look at all the different things that you can grow that's on this chart, and it'll tell you when you need to start an indoor seedling, when the last outdoor planting date is, where plants are actually recommended, and where your last outdoor planting is. And it also shows you the expected harvest date of these specific plants. So this is a great little guide for first-time gardeners to help get you started with what to grow, when to grow it for your specific area. And like I said too, there's a spring side too, so I use this all year long. Next, once you have a list of everything you want to grow, I went ahead and wrote out if I'm going to start it by seed or if I'm going to buy starts. This is strictly on preference of what you prefer to do. Some things I don't want to start from seed, such as cabbage and cauliflower. I just don't have the seeds. I don't want to start them, so I'm not going to. Once I figure out what I'm going to start from seed and what I'm not going to start from seed, that's when I go ahead, look back at, make sure I have enough of those seeds. If I need to add it to my seed order, I'll add it to the seed order. If not, we're good to go. The next thing I'm going to do is see when I need to actually put these in the ground. This gets me organized. I have 3 tiny kids and I homeschool. I need to be organized. I like to put the date of when I'm going to actually plant this. I will not put a specific day on here unless it's like the last time I need to get it in the ground or the last chance I have to get it in the ground. But I won't put a specific date on here just so I can give myself grace and knowing that it's okay if I don't make it on that date. Then once I have the gist of my list written down and when I'm going to be planting it, I'll then go back to my calendar. I will put these side by side on the table, and what I'll do is flip to my last frost day and I'll take a look at my first whatever's on my list, and I'll look and see when I need, if I need to start it indoors, then I'll look and see when I need to go ahead and start that indoors. So let's take broccoli for example. Broccoli on my list, I want to have them out in my garden by October. So if I have to start these 8 weeks prior to October, and I'm going off October 1st, I want to start these seeds mid-August inside. You get that? So you're going to count backwards basically. Radishes, these I'm going to direct sow outside. I'm going to go over each variety too of what I'm going to be planting so you guys can see. But beets, carrots, and radishes I'm going to direct sow straight into the ground just because I want pretty roots. So once I figure out when I need to start specific seeds indoors, I'm going to write on my calendar, and I'll just pick a day out of the week and I'll just say, okay, Monday the 16th, I'm going to go ahead and start my broccoli seeds inside, which is going to put my seedlings out the first week of October. So I'll just write on here for that Monday, broccoli starts. And that's what I'll do. And I'll go through and do that for each individual plant. It seems kind of intimidating to do all of this and scatter everything out on the table, but I promise you it's well worth the time that you're putting into it now, so you're not driving yourself crazy later. Okay, so now I'm going to go over each variety that I'm going to be planting. I will put a picture of it up on the screen so you can see it if I don't already have a picture of it on the actual seed packet itself. So I'm going to start off first with cabbage. Cabbage, I don't know what variety I'm growing. I'm going to purchase them from the nursery, a local nursery, and I'm just going to see what they have. I know I want to get a purple cabbage, and I'll probably just get just a regular, more common variety, whatever they have there, but I definitely want a purple cabbage. Next are carrots. So last year I planted carrots and it was kind of fun to watch. Like any root vegetable, you can't see what's going on. So it's kind of like gambling. Tomato plant, you're able to see the fruit actually forming and watch it turn and know when it's ripening and you're able to harvest it. Well, root veggies, you can't do that because you can't see it. So the variety of carrots I'm going to be growing are Hercules, and I'm going to be growing a rainbow mix. Beautiful, beautiful colors. We did this one, we actually did both of these last year. They weren't great, but they weren't awful. The rainbow mix, I think I just didn't get enough sunlight where I had planted these, and I did them in the bed that's closer to our porch. The tops want a lot of sunlight. The more sunlight, the better. So this year I'll be planting them somewhere that definitely gets way more sunlight. The next thing that's on my list is cauliflower, and that's another plant that I'm going to be purchasing the starts from a local nursery. So I have no idea what variety is going to be on that one. Next, I have Swiss chard. This is the chard that I will be growing. I think I planted this last year and didn't realize I planted it now that I'm thinking about it, because I remember a leaf looking just like this growing, and it was huge, and I was like, what is that? Did not know what it was. We ate it anyway, but now I know. I planted chard, so I will be planting this again. Another thing that we're planting and that I plan on having a wide variety of is lettuce. I have a ton of varieties that I've ordered online that I'm waiting to come in. I ordered this morning. One of them is Little Jim. We did this one last year, and it was a great, great harvest of this one. I actually let one of them bolt and go to seed, and I'll put a picture of what those looked like, because it was so beautiful and so delicate looking. It looked like a big, massive dandelion. It was so pretty. Another variety of lettuce that I'm going to be growing is Butter Crunch. I'm also going to be growing Red Sails, Paris Island, and Bambi. In all of these, I will start September, October area, and I'll direct sow those straight out in the garden. Next on my list I have is spinach. Very dirty packaging, very well loved. The variety of spinach is caramel. I planted this one last year just as a test run. The germination rate was great, and we were able to harvest and eat a lot of it. The kids just actually ate it straight out the ground. It was great. So I'm going to be growing way more of this year, and I'll probably start these around August, September. Next one on my list is going to be broccoli. I have some seeds to start. These are the Waltham, W-A-L-T-H-A-M 29. I did not start these I think I tried starting them last year and they didn't do well. I'm going to try starting these this year. I will probably also purchase starts from the nursery just in case these fail. And I have no idea what variety I'm going to get from the nursery, so whatever they have there, I'll grab. And I want to actually grow roughly about 10 heads of broccoli. I'm going to start these seeds indoors in August, about mid-August, and then they should be able to transplant 8 weeks later, like we talked about previously, in October. Next up on the list is kale. So I have one variety of kale on hand, and this is the Red Russian. I had ordered more. I ordered dinosaur kale, and I also ordered winter boar. So those should be coming in soon, and those I'm going to direct sow in about late August, early September. Next is arugula. That was on my order this morning. I had just ordered an organic salad mix of arugula, so I'm waiting on that to come in. That's going to be direct sowed in September. Next on the list is beets. Beets I'm going to direct sow as well. You can eat the tops of these and the root. So I have a Detroit dark red medium top. I also have an Early Wonder tall top. And I also have Bull's Blood. So this is what it looks like. It looks pretty cool. Super pretty. These beets I'm going to direct sow in August. Next on the list is radishes. These are cherry bell radishes. I highly recommend this variety of radish because these are a 24-day turnaround, and they are awesome for your kids to watch. So if you're trying to do a little garden for your babies, this is a great one to try out. Purchase this seed at the grocery store. I'm going to sow these in September, They're ready to eat in 24 days. These are cherry bells. Probably should have told you that. Cherry bell radishes. Another thing that I don't have on hand that I will not be ordering until later this year, orders don't open up for this, I believe, until November, don't hold me to it, are potatoes. So I order my potato seeds from an organic farmer, Wood Prairie Farm. This is where I ordered from last year and it was fantastic. I will order probably in November just so I can have the seed and I'll set it in the pantry or on the shelf somewhere and just let the eyes form. I'm probably going to be ordering Yukon Golds like I did last year. Those are just, we eat those. I buy them from the grocery store. I'm also probably going to try a red variety. I'm not entirely sure what variety yet. I haven't decided, but I'm sure you can do an online search too to see what varieties are easiest grown here in Florida or your area, wherever you're at. Last but not least, I'm going to be ordering onion starts. I do not start my onions from seeds. I'm actually a little bit intimidated by this, to be honest. I've had a lot of gardeners tell me it's a little bit of a challenge, so I just order my onion starts. I'm going to be ordering my starts in September. I ordered those from Dixondale Farms. Now, this is who I ordered from last year, and they were fantastic. I have to warn you to please be mindful of how many you're ordering. Last year, I did not pay attention, and I ordered 200 onions. I did not have enough space for 200 onions in my backyard. One thing you want to make sure too when you're ordering onions is that if you are in the South, you need to order short day onions. This is a 10 to 12 hour daylight that the onions need. They take roughly about 110 days to maturity. And for me, I'm going to be ordering the red Creole variety, which I'll put a picture up for you. And I'm going to be ordering the Texas Super Sweet variety. These I will be ordering probably in September and then turn around and planting them straight out in September. So when that time comes, I will definitely do a video for you guys to see how I do that. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'll leave all the links to everything that the guide that I have and to the companies that I ordered seeds from below so that you can see them. So I hope this video was helpful for you in planning for your fall garden. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I will put the link to Clyde's garden planner and to the companies I ordered seeds from below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. God bless.